Hello Exiles and welcome to a new video. This is my last update video, the second update video on this build. Just because I've got really hyped for another build that I really want to play, and spoiler, it still will be with spears, but I'll be playing Amazon. And yeah, so I've got super hyped and I'm going to be leveling tomorrow. So today I'm making last video on this build, which were, yeah, oh my god, ignore, I hate these, sorry about that. Yeah, which I'll be leveling tomorrow, and this build was a blast and still is. And first of all, I'll give you a map showcase. I've got this tier 9 map prepped here. I already did even a tier 10 map, and yeah, the build feels fine. A burial bog, this might be a bit faster, right? So I'll do just a quick showcase. Well, the build's fine, but I want to play something else now. Not that I don't like this, I think it's fun, but there's the conclusion I would say about the spears is you need quite a lot of work for the spears to work. Yeah, but spears need quite a lot of work, it seems, and I want to make something different. So that's why I'm making a new build. Yes, sorry about that. This map penetrates elemental resistances, so it's a bit dangerous, and it's a tier 9 map. I'm still on my pretty humble gear. The gear's still the same as it was in the last video, so I would recommend watching that. But in this video I finally downloaded Path of Building for PoE 2, so this video will finally have the Path of Building link included in the description if you want to have a look at that. But yeah, the build, as you can see, still performs quite well. I did some changes, not to the gear. The gear is still the same, but I bought another weapon, and I finally bought a weapon set for my tornadoes and for my melee attacks. So I did that, and my damage skyrocketed just because of the two different weapon sets. So it felt quite good, but the thing is, the companion state at this build revolves heavily around the companion. As you might see on my skill bar, I even dropped my Frostbolt. So I'm not self-casting the Chilled Grout anymore, and I rely just on the shock ground from my pet here, or from my companion. And that's it. No chilled, no shock, no burning ground elsewhere. And it is a bit annoying because the companions are squishy, really squishy. And here's the boss. So let me actually focus because I don't remember what this one does. Yeah, and that's really the... Well, I just died. Alright, first one I died. Let's do it another time. I was probably talking too much. Yeah, but the unfortunate part about your pet having the shocked ground buff, or trail of lightning it's called, he needs to move to apply the trail of lightning, and the pets usually just stay and attack. And that's a bit unfortunate for a couple of reasons. Yeah, but as you can see, the damage is completely fine. As I said, this is a tier 10 map on my, I'd say, pretty scuffed gear. And yeah, still works. I died on the boss because of some freaking thing I didn't see, and that's the most annoying thing about this build, because once you actually cast all the twisters, you don't see that much. So that's an unfortunate part. And yeah, whoa, this is actually a really good shield, look at that. Yeah, but back to the topic. This build, I'm done with it, and the changes I did, the most notable changes is I bought this spear, and I have two different weapon sets now. This is my old spear, with some kind of new shield I just found laying around. And this is my new spear. This one I'm using for melee skills, so I've got the melee skill levels. And this one I'm using for my twisters, for my tornadoes. And yeah, I've set it up in a way that all my attacks, or actually the twister is set up for my weapon set 2. So I use this weapon for the cast of twisters. And it switches automatically, as you can see. And I also made changes in the skill tree. I finally took these projectiles only for the twister, these projectile nodes, and also these skill effect duration nodes, and it works wonderfully. So once I cast tornado, it applies all of these nodes and all of these with skill effect duration. So my tornadoes, or my twisters, I keep saying tornadoes, it's twister. So my twisters have almost 8-second duration, and that's a long time. So they last almost 8 seconds, and the longer they last, the higher the chance single tornado is gonna hit multiple times, single twister. And for my melee attacks, I'm using Primal strikes, and that's why I wanted so much to have a shocked ground pet, which I have here, Trail of Lightning, because he applies the shocked effect, and the Primal strike's third hit consumes the shock effect. But if it's on shocked ground, the shock is going to reapply immediately. But as I said, the unfortunate part here is the companion needs to move to apply the shocked ground. So once the shocked ground duration expires and the companion didn't move, they're not shocked anymore, because you consume it with your Primal strikes. And also think I've just found out you can get around with by using this. And this is a companion that says all damage shocks, and I assumed it meant that whatever damage the companion did, it could have the shock applied. But this means that every time the companion hits, it applies shocks. So every time this quadrilla hits, it applies shocks. It applies shock, and I consume it with Primal Strike, and meanwhile, while I'm consuming it with Primal Strike, then the companion would attack again and cast the shock again, so I could again consume it with my Primal Strikes. And that's what I did. And that's why my skill tree is split like this for these two weapon sets, and I still have 11 points left, so just with levels you can make much more use of it. I'm just only level 77, and I took all of these melee damage nodes right here. These give me quite a lot, and I took these nodes right here to make the mana a bit easier, because this costs a lot of mana. And ideally I would respec these two and put them in here for the skill speed. The attack speed for this skill is really, this skill feels good once you get more attack speed, so I would recommend that. I just forgot to respec these two. Yeah, but I'm getting all the melee damage when I'm using melee attack, and all the projectile damage and skill effect duration when I'm using the twister. That's what I did. The rest here, I took these block nodes and I took some spear nodes. And that's it. Iron reflexes, as far as I know, still isn't fixed. Let's just see. 3700. Yeah, this one has armor. So, yeah, but I checked it like a few hours ago and it still wasn't fixed, and there wasn't a patch. So iron reflexes still not fixed. Once iron reflexes is fixed, you can transition fully into evasion gear and convert it to armor by using iron reflexes. And you don't have to worry as much about your strength for the requirements. So, yeah, that's what I did. As I said, path of building will be in the description. Still got the only 2 ascendancy trials done, but I switched to body armor grants 100% increased stun threshold because I was getting stunned quite a lot, and it was really annoying getting stunned while I'm trying to do my twister combo. And I did change a couple gems around here. So First of all, Twister setup still the same, salvo, acceleration and persistence. And I switched the setup on Whirling Slash to give it rage, martial tempo and cadence for lots of attack speed to do the combo quickly. Barrage still the same with ingenuity, premeditation, thunderous leap with unyielding. I did put in solar orb instead of the frostbolt because the frostbolt thing felt a bit too annoying to do while mapping. So I switched for solar orb for bossing setup. You just press the solar orb and place it near the boss, and got it linked with Font of Blood, Font of Rage and Fire Exposure. Then the Primal Strikes linked with Close Combat, Pursuit and Primal Armament. Solar, or what is it, Spear of Solaris with Retreat, Conk Effect and Fire Infusion. But don't worry about this much, you can ditch this whole setup and use the useful skill gems elsewhere. It's not important. Then this one, don't mind this, I was testing this one. Herald of Thunder, linked currently with Vitality and Cannibalism, and I've got my companion dog linked with Meat Shield, Elemental Army and Minion Mastery. And yes, this still wasn't fixed. Let's see, 2500. Do this a couple times and now you have less life. Do this a couple more times, even less life. Couple more times and you're gonna get back eventually to higher life. Yeah, so still this is bugged. Don't worry about it, don't click it, just get over it. Yeah, it's bugged, unfortunate, it's gonna get fixed someday, and yeah, that's it. Or maybe use some different kind of support, I guess. Yes, so that's it. The build is still good, and I'll give you one tease or one more hint. I probably will still be using this spear on my next build, so I'll keep this one. And yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully I didn't forget about anything. That's for the last update. I'm not switching because it's bad or anything. I'm switching because I've got super hyped for another build that I'm going to play, and I want to play it as soon as I can, so I'm recording this video now. And yeah, so I can just tomorrow wake up and start leveling immediately. And if you're wondering, no, I'm not rich. I've got 9 Exalts to my name. I don't know what am I going to do with 9 Exalts, but yeah, I'll probably buy leveling gear and that's it. Hopefully I'll get like 10 Exalts during leveling, during campaign, and we shall see how it goes. We shall see. But if the thing I want to play works, then stay tuned and watch the next build. It's gonna be something really cool if it works, as always. Yeah, but now, thank you very much for watching, Exiles, and see you in the next video. For now, bye-bye.